Happy Thursday and welcome to On the Move with Nan and Cam. We are all post 10K recovery, but we are joined today. We're changing directions because it is about to be RVA Bike Month. So we are joined today by Engagement Manager for Bike Walk RVA, Natalie Rainer. Welcome.
Thank you.
Natalie's been on the pod twice. We were saying she's friend of the pod, but you haven't seen her in a while. So this is exciting. So I guess we'll just jump on in. What is RVA Bike Month? We know it's coming up, starts here at the end of April, even though is it technically May?
Yes. So Bike Month is a national observance of all things bike, and it happens in May every year. And there are many, many cities in America that do an official Bike Month, but ours is the best.
Amen.
And I believe it.
And it's not just the best. Obviously, I'm a little biased, but one of the reasons that makes our Bike Month so awesome is that we have one of the largest Bike Month calendars in the whole country. So just the sheer number of events that we have and the amount of people who are engaging with these events makes us one of the biggest and best Bike Months in America.
Do we have more than last year?
Yes.
Woo! I was about to say, compared to last year or years before, tell us about the range of how many we usually have, and then tell us how many we have this year.
Yeah, so I think it's been steadily growing over the past. This year is the 13th year that sportsbackers will be organizing RVA's Bike Month. So this is a collection of all types of different events, and we'll dive into that a little bit later. But this year we have 79 events on the calendar right now, and more will pop up. This is at some point you got to cut it off and get the calendar printed, which is send it to the printing press. So we're sending it to the press with 79 events on it. But I think there is still opportunity for people to pop up events and just, they can be promoted on social media. So last year, I think we had 75, I think was our final number. So this year we're already ahead of that, but it continues to grow every year a little bit more. And I think part of that is spurred by the fact that we have graduated more Bike Walk champions from our Bike Walk Academy.
Yeah, huge. Yeah. I saw there were so many actually.
Yeah, this year's class was 22 participants.
Oh, that's crazy.
Which is really big. And now we're over 300 people who have graduated over the past 14 years from Bike Walk Academy. So the kind of pool of excited local bike advocates grows every year, and they continue to show up with really funny and awesome, exciting events every year.
Yeah, and I know we said that it's technically in May, but it does start this weekend.
Yes.
So what do we have going on this weekend?
So Saturday, April 25th is the Bike Month kickoff party, and that is a Bike Walk co-hosted event. We are throwing a party at what will be ultimately called the Manchester Art Park. So we have partnered with the organization Little Giant Society, who's working on the Manchester Art Park project, to have a proof of concept for their art park on the same time and day of the Bike Month kickoff. And because our focus this year is art, and I'll show you the theme in just a second. Basically, we're really focused on art and placemaking, particularly around the Fall Line Trail, and just generally how art can make a place into something that's more than just a location, that it can also be a community building spot. It can be a place for people to feel creative, to feel safe, to feel engaged, included, all of those things. So we're really focused on art this year, and that's why we partnered with Little Giant Society to kick off Bike Month at the Manchester Art Park, which is on the river, on the south side of the river, where the flood wall walk is, right under the 9th Street Bridge. So where the big metal rings are down by the river, on the south side of the Potter Field, down there underneath of the Manchester Bridge, where the Fall Line Trail ultimately will be, right above this spot. We're going to have an art park party down there from 12 to 5 on Saturday, the 25th.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then, so that sounds really cool, obviously, and that's the very first event happening.
Yes.
Okay. And so then out of the newer events that we have, which one has caught your eye so far that you're like, ooh, I kind of want to check that one out?
So I brought this like list with me because that's such a good question.
You mean you don't remember all 79?
I did.
When you got 79, you need a list.
Come on.
So yeah, I think some of the ones that excite me the most are obviously we talked about the Bike Month kickoff party. Bike Walk RVA is hosting another really special event this year that is going to be a 24-hour relay on the Mayo Bridge. We call it a public display of affection for bike lanes. Basically, we're going to be out there on Mayo Island for 24 hours from noon on Saturday the 2nd through noon on Sunday the 3rd. We'll have like a grill and a party and a bunch of fun stuff, but we're going to have people either biking, walking, or running as like a relay on the Mayo Bridge for 24 hours straight to convince the city and the decision makers and the powers that be that there is a need for protected bike lanes on the Mayo Bridge, and really to illustrate why it's so important to have protected bike lanes. So that's a really exciting event that we have that we're doing new this year. But some of the other community events that are going to be awesome, there's a film screening at the Valentine on Tuesday, April 28th in the evening. And that film is From Rails to Trails, which is basically a documentary about how multi-use trails like the Fall Line Trail get built from old rail lines. And this has been all around the country, and it's a big movement. But some of the other fun stuff, we've got people who are leading group rides out to Celeste Farm, which is like
that's a fun place.
Yeah. So it's like hot tub, sauna, cold plunge, like vegetarian meal.
I heard the food is like very good. I did not eat when I went there. I went there for the spa aspect.
Yeah.
But I just had a friend that had brunch there and said it was like delicious. Yeah.
And I hop in somebody's basket. I don't have a bike. But
child tent.
Yeah. So that's like a short ride off the Capitol Trail, right? In Verina. So that's really exciting. Another one that makes me giggle, just the title of it, is called Baggy Pants and Flowy Dresses Ride. So
I love that.
One of our Bike Walk Academy exactly champions is basically leading like a chill group ride around the fan.
Yeah.
And like she calls it like her most like your most inappropriate biking clothes, right? Like the flowiest thing you can wear, and they'll like tuck it up and ride around. Yeah. Then Danny, Mayor Danny Avula is going to do a Bike to Work Day with us. It's not on National Bike to Work Day. It's actually going to be on May 21st.
Okay.
But yeah, Mayor Danny is going to bike to work with us, and that's going to be so fun. We're going to meet him up in Churchill where he lives and ride down to City Hall with him. I know, it's really cute.
Oh my.
And then there's like some other like funny stuff, like the hills have thighs. Sounds hilarious.
I love that.
We're there.
Yeah, that's all right.
I think I calculated on here there's like 20 rides or 20 events that are like totally new. But honestly, I just think it's great that people continue to show up and have like creative ideas. Some of this is not new, but maybe it's presented in a different way this year. So
cool. I know that you were obviously saying like we need new because it's just fun to have the new. But we obviously have some old favorites. So I didn't know you can pick any of them. But what has been historically, even if you just participated pre your time at Sports Backers, what has been your favorite Bike Month event?
So definitely the pizza crawl.
I feel like that's a big fave. Yeah.
Pizza crawl will be back for their 16th year this Bike Month, which is
that's amazing. Before RVA Bike Month was a thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
16 years?
Yeah.
It's amazing. How long have people been Bike Monthing?
I mean, people, I guess the pizza crawl thing was
outside
right,
before.
exactly. Okay. And so then it became an event that happened during Bike Month, but I think they were doing it in a different month years before we started organizing Bike Month. But yes, 16 years, it's the same organizers. So that tells you a lot about the people who put
I love that. That's passion for pizza and bikes.
Like, I don't know, it felt like a couple hundred. Maybe it was like 150 people. It was huge, and it always is huge, but I'm hoping for good weather again this year because the turnout was amazing last year.
What's your favorite pizza stop?
I'd have to say Zorch, definitely.
Yeah, I like Zorch a lot.
Yeah, was the best pizza last year. But also I know people love the Murder She Rode ride, which took a break last year.
Okay, so I was gonna say, was that new the year before and then took a break?
I don't know that it was new. I kind of thought she had been doing it for a while, but anyway, she's back. That was a crowd favorite. She took a break last year. It's back this year. I know
that's
people
Louise,
are really
right?
excited. That is Louise.
That's what I
putting on
thought.
Murder She Rode.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, friend of the
Yeah,
pod.
and then obviously Tour de Taco is awesome. I guess I'm like obsessed with food. But
No. That's like, I was gonna say, when we've had Brantley on here before, he said those two specifically too. So I think it's like a bike food. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
And then I think the most heartwarming event of the month is obviously Bike to School Day, which is
I literally every time I'm like,
I know, they're so cute. And that is organized by Greater Richmond Fit for Kids and their Safe Routes to School program. And that will be happening at all RPS schools, and they do need volunteers. So that will be on May 6th.
You know who does that one? Sweet Little Park.
Stop. I gotta go out and record her. She's
honestly, I was gonna say you could go. It's right there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's park is
could record it for you. I'm sure.
Yeah. I need to borrow a bike. I don't have a bike, guys. I know how to ride one, but I
do, but I think its tires are real busted in the shed. I gotta get on it.
Okay. Well, maybe I can play the music for one of the bike to school days.
Okay.
I don't know. Again, I don't have a bike, so
you sound like you're a live musician.
Oh,
yeah, like
yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll figure it out. I'll find a way there. But that's so exciting. I do, and I love seeing the video because I think they do it. I don't know if it's another country or it's just in like another state, but they do it, and it's like called a bike bus or something, and then it's literally so many kids.
So bike buses are very interesting, and I love that people do this. There actually is a bike bus group in the Mary Mumford School District, which I have seen riding around, but there are other cities where bike bus is much bigger, and there's maybe like 100 kids riding.
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
Like, kind of like it starts with a couple of adults who basically ride the same route every school morning, and kids basically hop on with their own bike.
Bus,
They join the group, basically join the party on the way to school. And then by the end of it, there could be like 100 kids riding together. I think the Mary Mumford one I've seen is maybe like 20 kids.
So cute.
It's super cute. And they have good bike lanes over around their neighborhood. So it works well. I think that the bike bus thing is something I would love to see develop more in Richmond as we start to have a more connected bike lane network. And I think the Fall Line Trail will help with that a lot.
Yeah, that would be also very cute if the bike bus was on the Fall Line Trail. I'd be like, guys, come on. Especially if they rode by our office. I'm in tears, actually. I'm dead. So tell us how somebody can get involved with these 79 events for RVA Bike Month.
Yeah, so the place to find all the information is rvabikemonth.com. Don't type in the HTTPS or www. It will get kind of funky. So it's just RVA.
Yeah, who has the time to even type that in?
Come on.
rvabikemonth.com.
Easy, simple.
Yeah,
guys.
simple, straightforward. And Bike Walk RVA on our socials, will be posting about it, obviously throughout the month. But the Bike Month webpage is a repository for all information. There's a calendar, there's an event list, there's hyperlinks for every event. For the most part, every event has its own web page, so you can go and find more information. And also, if there's like a weather cancellation or they need to reschedule for a rain or something, that information will be on their own landing page. So that's how you can find out about all the events. There are a few events that are in need of volunteers. I've already mentioned Bike to School Day, the 24-hour Mayo Bridge bike lane party. We are looking for volunteers and also people to do the relay. So if you want to come and be like a relay member and just be there for like 1 hour and just ride for 1 hour or walk for an hour or run for an hour, you can do that as a relay, or you can be there as a volunteer and help us with like grilling. We're going to have dinner out there. So we need a grill master. We need people who are just like hyping people up and like cheering. And we're going to have some arts out there. So like painting, etc. So there's fun volunteer opportunities. And then there's like being part of the relay. Those are both available. Also, Cap to Cap, I think they can always use volunteers. This is like maybe the 22nd annual Cap to Cap or something like that. And they can use volunteers, and all of this is hyperlinked on the RVA Bike Month website.
Yeah, I will say I have a friend who he told me he was never going to start running, and then he did the 10K, so then naturally he signed up for the half, and then naturally he signed up for the full. And then after the full this past November, he said it's curtains on running. And then probably a few weeks later, he popped up with a bike. And recently he's been biking a lot. Like, and I was like, I texted him and I was like, oh my gosh, how have you? He was like, I love it so much. And I said, oh, you do? I got something for you. And so I sent him the link and I was like, look at all these cool fun activities. And he was like, oh my gosh, thank you. So I already sent it to him. So tell us, is it like, are there some that are more friendly to newer bikers, or like some that are more family friendly, or like some that are like, this is for experienced bikers?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really great question. And, you know, maybe I should find a way to like color code them a little better on there, because a lot of these events are open. Almost all of them are open to everybody. I think a few of them have like maybe a limited capacity, so you need to sign up. But most of them are just get the info and show up.
Right.
And I'd say the vast majority of these are social rides that are chill pace. The expectation is not that you're doing a bunch of really intense effort. There are some that are like that are really long or really technical, like mountain bike rides. Or there's the crit racing. Bryan Park Summer Race Series is back again for its like, I think it's, oh gosh, I don't even know how many years. It's like 50 plus years, maybe more than that. Oh, I should probably know that. How many years crit racing has been happening in Bryan Park, but that's back. That is not really something that I would recommend for newbies to race, but you can show up and spectate.
Spectate, yeah. Since we live next to the park, Tyler goes at least a couple times a year, and we walk over there, and it is cool. Yeah.
So most of the events, I would say, are open to newbies, and on the RVA Bike Month web page, there is a Google Calendar plugin, and you can hover over the event and you'll see a description for every event. There is a description, and that's like a good way to kind of figure out, like, is this right for me?
Right. Okay.
Love that. What are some things that you are looking forward to outside of Bike Month? Just because I feel like Bike Walk RVA has a bajillion and 15 things going on at all times. So spring, summer, what are some things that you're looking forward to, or that people can look forward to with just with Bike Walk?
I mean, I would say that this is kind of like the end cap of our busy season for Bike Month or for Bike Walk RVA. We have finished Bike Walk Academy. That was in February and March. We had our Bike Month planning party, which is a big push. And then after we do this Bike Month thing, which is like, it's basically 35 days of multiple events every day. It's really very busy. After that, it's summertime and it's kind of quiet. So I guess, can I just say that I'm looking forward to that? Is that
fine? Everyone in this room is looking forward to that. Yeah, it's been top of mind over here. Don't worry.
That I am pretty stoked for River Rock this year. I think that the fact that Browns Island is closed is, I mean, obviously it's good for things to be different. It keeps it fresh. But we have a couple of different things happening at River Rock this year that I think are just going to have a different community feel. One of those things is we're going to have some interactive art that is going to be available at River Rock. We have a muralist who's helping us create like an interactive mural that people can help to paint. And then also, we're not doing the mountain bike enduro race this year. Instead, we have put a few women's instructional and social mountain bike rides with certified mountain bike coaches on the schedule. So I think those are on Sunday. And so kind of, you know, the vibe with those two events or with those two features of the festival is community building, which I'm really excited for. And I'm also stoked that we get to use the amphitheater for the music. I think that it's going to be great.
I am too, because I mean, obviously I got that backstage pass and I'm used to being backstage on the island. Never been backstage at the amp. So, I'm going to be crowd surfing.
Yeah.
Just be on the lookout.
Also, I have not really, this hasn't been anywhere yet, but with bikes at River Rock, but we are working with Jeff Lenoski again. He comes every year. He's a professional mountain biker, and he usually does one group ride on Thursday night when he gets into town that is always pretty well attended. And just because of the like pace of River Rock and what we've had and the enduro happening, he hasn't been able to do like more than one group ride, and had a call with him the other week, and he's going to do another group ride at Pocahontas, which is really fun because he loves Pocahontas. And we did one like years ago out there, and it did have a good turnout. So he was like, since we don't have that, is that an opportunity for like me to do something? And then also I think hopefully we're going to do like a cute little ride skills park clinic with him and Blue Ridge Cyclery, where you can like use a Blue Ridge Cyclery bike if you want to, and like ride on over to the skills park with him and check it out
on
Belle Isle.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. I mean, I know a lot of people are not necessarily familiar with Jeff Lenoski, but like, if you aren't, you should look him up on YouTube, because this dude is one of the most talented trials mountain biker ever. He is amazing. And so when I joined the staff of sports backers, and last year at River Rock, one of my jobs was to basically manage the time trial mountain bike race. And Lenoski and I were hanging out basically the whole time. It was kind of a moment where you get to, you know, become friends in a way with someone who's like an idol, right?
Yeah.
To even be just standing next to Lenoski and hanging out with him, having grown up watching his mountain bike videos, like 20 years ago, he was doing like sick trials riding. So it's kind of funny. I love that we have him at River Rock every year, and I'm really stoked that he is going to do more group riding.
Yeah, he was excited about it for sure. He's also like the chillest, nicest person ever. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah. He's just like so chill and like relaxed. I'm like, I'll be out there. Doesn't he bring his son? Like, doesn't he have kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I met his whole family one time when they were down here. Yeah, he loves Richmond. He comes here a lot. He has a friend that lives here that built him like a tiny house van, and he chills here a lot. Yeah.
So before we forget,
I was gonna say the shirt. This is exciting.
The Bike Month theme. So I mentioned already that we're really focused on art this year, because we believe art as placemaking is really valuable for the community. So this year's theme is, drum roll please. It's Happy Little Bikes.
It's so cute.
I don't know if you guys get the reference, but I hope you do. Again, Dion, our sports backers graphic designer, knocked it out of the park.
So cute.
You know, we love Bob Ross. Obviously, I think everyone really does love Bob Ross. But the goal here is just to remind people that you can make mistakes and still make something beautiful, and that bicycles and art are a way that people can experience happiness, and we want everyone to experience that happiness. So how
can we get this tee on a Comfort Colors tee?
So I will say, I know Comfort Colors is a great t-shirts. These shirts are for event leaders. So that's the vibe. At the end of the month, if there are any shirts available, we might sell them, but generally speaking, that's one of the perks of being an event organizer of Bike Month, is they get to rock a shirt.
Yeah.
So make it your goal for next year.
Yeah. Come up with your cool little bike idea and plan it out, and then you could get another cool, because they're always cool shirts.
They are.
Yeah. I loved last year's where the sidewalk ends, or bike lane. It was where the bike lane ends, but inspired by the art of where the sidewalk. Don't want to get in trouble with Shel Silverstein trademark.
Sorry, she takes it back.
And that was like really great. Also, the theme was, the artwork for that, Dion again knocked out of the park, but we came up with this idea where the bike lane ends, because it was really poignant at the time that the principal of Mary Mumford had just been hit by a car right where the Patterson Avenue bike lane ends. So when we were thinking about the theme, that was in the forefront of our minds. But then also last year, we were talking about what is the Mayo Bridge going to look like, and the fact that it's crumbling and that we need a new Mayo Bridge. And so Dion drew that image of basically the Mayo Bridge crumbling.
Which, like, hello? The talent.
So it was where the bike lane ends, but it was like kind of really the imagery of the Mayo Bridge. And here we are again. The Mayo Bridge is featured again on the shirt, and we are still working on trying to get the Mayo Bridge in the future to be the bridge that we need as a community. And I think that's really the purpose of Bike Month. Obviously, we love bikes and we love fun and we love community, but ultimately the purpose of Bike Month is to really rev up the community and remind people that critical mass and just showing up and showing the community that bicyclists are here. This is a lifestyle that anyone can be a part of, that it's good for your health, it's good for the environment, it's good for all of these factors all these problems we have in society. If you can just insert bikes into those problems, it can really solve a lot of the issues that we have. And that's really the goal of Bike Month, is to, in a critical mass way, show up and show out, and really show the community that we're here, we're riding, this is what we want. We have unique characteristics. There's all these different bike aesthetics that you can be into, or bike clubs, but ultimately we have shared goals, and that's why we have this month-long party every year, is to remind the cycling community that we are tight-knit and we can work together to make change and to get the Mayo Bridge that we want.
Right. And we're doing it, and great job.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you.
So plug one more time before we do your this or that. So where can people go to get all the Bike Month info?
RVABikemonth.com.
Excellent. Yeah. And also, I always think too, this is the time of year stuff is finally nice outside. And every weekend you find yourself being like, I want to take advantage of the weather, but what's going on? Go check out that calendar, because we got it for you.
Yeah.
All right. It's time for the this or that.
I got one.
You got one? Okay, great.
Wow. Okay. So we're going back to that relay, the 24-hour relay. And let's say you were only allowed to eat one thing through the 24 hours. And every time you stopped running or biking or whatever, you could either only have ice cream to eat for the whole 24 hours, or you could only have ballpark nachos, as in the chip and the cheese, and that's it. Which one are you picking?
Nachos.
Okay.
Definitely.
I'd get so ill from that much ice cream.
Oh yeah.
I'd be actually hungry too. I love ice cream. I just don't think I'd actually get full from ice cream.
But also there's something so satisfying about the crunch of a chip. Imagine if you could ride by and scoop a guac and crunch and then keep going.
No guac. It's literally just the ballpark.
Okay, yeah, but sometimes ballpark has guac.
Chip.
Yellow nacho cheese.
Okay. Well, all right. If I had to choose that, I would still choose it, but I would definitely be hyped on scoop and the crunch, and then keep going, and then come back and scoop, crunch. I mean, just add a little sensory factor.
I agree. Yeah, I like that. I love a crunch. Mine was, I had one and I was like, what was it? Mine was, in the world of two wheels. So you're big on bikes. What if you had to pick another mode of transportation on two wheels all the time, and you could either ride a motorcycle or a Segway everywhere?
Oh, that's such a good question.
Yeah.
I think I'd go with a motorcycle, but it'd probably be a dirt bike because I don't have a motorcycle license.
Okay.
But I can ride a dirt bike. My hubby grew up riding them, and so my father-in-law actually taught me how to ride a dirt bike.
That's cool.
A couple years ago, which was really fun. And also Segways are so weird. They're cool, but it's that tippy, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I feel like they thought we were going to be riding those around a lot more than we are. Besides, outside of a tour, in the back of our minds, we were all like, we'll all be riding Segways, and that hasn't happened. The initial question was going to be motorcycle or dirt bike.
Okay.
But then I was like, are those two similar? So I changed to Segway at the last second. I think no one looks uncool on a dirt bike.
That's true.
No,
that's true.
It's that
don't look cool on a Segway.
Yeah,
exactly. I hear that and I'm like, cool alert.
Cool alert. There they go. Okay. All right. If we're doing one more, let's do Bike Month event? Let's say, if you could do one event and it was like a silent disco, but bike, and it was like every bike, you didn't have to worry about like traffic or anything. Like there's nobody, there's no there's no traffic, there's
Close
no nothing.
course.
Close course, right? Close course. Silent disco bike ride. Or would you do a would you do a costume contest bike ride?
Oh, definitely costumes. I love costumes. Yeah. I love costumes.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, that's when I initially thought about it. I was like, fashion show bike ride, because Natalie loves her fashion. So I'm like, I feel like that would be a good one too. So yeah,
like maybe this is not a Bike Month event, but because our office, I don't know if our viewers know this, but our office is right on the Fall Line Trail, and Lakeside has that Halloween party that SB's does. Yep. So one day when the Fall Line actually does connect all the way up there, I think it would be really fun for us to have like a Halloween parade on the Fall Line. And I'm like obsessed with costumes. And anytime I get invited to a costume party, I just go over the top. Like I just love it so much. And I think over the years, I've decided that I always try to make a costume out of stuff I already have instead of buying a bunch of acquiring a bunch of junk. So there's like a creative aspect to it. It's kind of like a fun challenge. So look out for that in the future, because I think that like as soon as we have like a Fall Line that's connected up to the Lakeside proper area, that I would love to do some parading. Yeah. We could start here at Sports Backers and like parade up to SB's and join the block party up there, get some gelato.
There we go.
Yeah. That's great. I love that. Very much looking forward to that in the future. Well, Natalie, thanks so much for joining us. And I hope you have a great RVA Bike Month.
Thank you.
And everybody, check out those events because it's time. It's upon us. This Saturday is the kickoff. Whoop, whoop. So do not miss out. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Bye.